The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Pichitchai Nopagao. Chapter 19. Prize Day. The summer holiday was approaching. The teacher always grew sourer than ever, for he wanted the school to do well on Prize Day. His stick was seldom idle now, and Mr. Dobbin's punishments were very energetic ones. Although he carried under his felt hair a perfectly hairless and shiny head, he had only reached middle age and showed no signs of weakness. As the great day approached, he seemed to take a fierce pleasure in punishing the least misbehavior. The result was that the smallest boys spent their days in terror and their nights in planning revenge. At last, they hit upon a plan which promised a glorious victory. As the teacher lodged at the sign painter's house, the boys asked the sign painter's son to help them. He agreed at once because he too disliked the teacher. Mrs. Dobbins would go on a visit to the country in a few days, and there would be nothing to interfere with the plan. Mr. Dobbins always prepared himself for great occasions, such as Prize Day, by having a little too much to drink, and the sign painting's boy said that he was confident that he could carry out his part of the plan, while the teacher was having a short sleep in his chair. Then he would have him awake at the right time and hurry away to school. The great occasion arrived. At 8 in the evening, the school was brightly lighted and decorated with flowers. The teacher sat in his armchair upon a platform with his blackboard behind him. He was very cheerful. In front of him were rows of chairs occupied by the most important people of the town and by the parents of the pupils. To his left was another platform, upon which were seated the scholars who were to take a part in the exercise of the evening. The rest of the schoolroom was filled with the other pupils. The exercise began. A very little boy stood up and sheepishly recited, "You scarcely expect one of age to speak in public on the stage." Accompanying himself with the painfully exact and stiff motions which a machine might have made. Supposing that machine to be a trifle out of order. A little sham-faced girl murmured. Mary had a little lamb, was loudly approached, and sat down blushing and happy. Tom Sawyer stepped forward with wan confidence and rushed into the give me liberty of give me death speech with fury, and broke down in the middle of it. The teacher frowned, and this completed the disaster. Tom struggled for a time, and then retired, utterly defeated. There was a weak attempt at approach, but it died early. The boy stood on the burning deck, and other masterpieces of recitation followed. Then there were reading exercise and a spell fight. The small Latin class recited with credit. The highlight of the evening, original compositions by the young ladies, now came. Each in her turn stepped forward to the edge of the platform, cleared her throat, held up her paper, which was tied with pretty ribbon, and proceeded to read with special attention to expression and punctuation. The first prize was won by a black-eyed, black-haired young lady with a mournful expression. Her composition on "Our Vision" was considered the finish effort of the evening, and the mayor of the village, after delivering the prize to her, made a warm speech, in which he had that it was the finest thing he had ever listened to, and that it was worthy of the country's greatest statesman. Now the teacher put his chair aside, turned his back to the audience, and began to draw a map of America on the blackboard, upon which to exercise the geography class. But he did it very badly because his hand was unsteady. A low laugh ran round the room. He knew what was wrong and set himself to right it. He wrote out lines and remade them, but the laughter grew louder, and with good reason. There was a storeroom above, and the entrance to it was just above his head. Drawn through this opening came a cat hanging from a string tied round her body. She had a rag fastened about her head and jaws to prevent her from making a noise. As she slowly descended, she curved upwards and seized the string with her claws. Then swung downwards and clawed at the air. The laughter grew louder and louder. The cat was within 6 inches of the teacher's head. Down, down, a little lower, and she seized his full hair with her desperate claws, held it, and was snatched up into the storeroom in an instant with her prize still in her possession. And how the light blood from the teacher's hairless head, from the side painter's boy, had covered it with gold paint. That broke up the meeting. The boys had had their revenge.